Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As Pierre has introduced me, my name is Bontle Lerumo. I'm the CEO of PCTA. We are just waiting for our Honorable Deputy Minister to join us, and then we will start with the program. So as soon as she enters the room, I will ask you to rise so that we can welcome the Deputy Minister, and also with us we've got MEC for Education, Mr. Panyaza Lisufi. Thank you. So please just be with us. Just give us a minute or two. We will start with our program. Thanks. And may I please request you to rise for us to welcome the Deputy Minister and also our MEC. Welcome, Honorable DM, and welcome, MEC. Colleagues, I'm going to request that we remain standing as we sing the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to request that we have a minute of silence for us to pay our respects to our fellow public servants, our leaders, friends, and family members that we have lost due to the COVID pandemic. Thanks. Let's start. Thank you. You may be seated. Right. Before I start with the program, let me first start by introducing our guest today. With us, we've got our Deputy Minister, Honorable Sindisiwe Chikunga, the Deputy Minister for Public Service and Administration. Deputy Minister, you are welcome. And I will also like to welcome our MEC for Gauteng for Education, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. You are welcome, MEC. And also, colleagues, we've got our CPSI adjudication panel members. They are welcome. And we've got Ms. Thuli Manzini. Ms. Manzini is the acting CEO of Brand South Africa. We've got Dr. Stan Molwabi. Dr. Stan Molwabi is the principal for GEMS. We welcome you, sir. And we've got Professor Cheryl Delaray. She is the chairperson of the NACI. Welcome, Prof. And we've got Mr. Zaid Abubuka. Mr. Zaid Abubuka is representing the Office of the GCIO in DPSA. Then we've got Mr. November Mbonani from the Office of the Premier Mpumalanga. Welcome, sir. And lastly, I'll just like to welcome colleagues from the South African National System of Innovation. You're welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, good morning. All right, a very warm welcome to you to the 18th Public Sector Innovation Awards ceremony. And I would like to thank you for gracing the event on behalf of CPSI. Innovation plays a very important role in the public sector as it can improve the quality of service delivery and enhance access to services through exploiting new opportunities and us leveraging on technology. And innovation can also be used to support and rejuvenate the existing sectors of our economy, and also it can assist to support us to build a capable state. Colleagues, today I'm sure you'll all agree with me that innovation is not only taking place in the private sector, but we are also doing it here in the public sector. So today we are gathered here to recognize our top public sector innovators of 2020. We are showcasing innovative solutions that have been developed by the public servants for the public service. So I would like us to applaud CPSI for driving and nurturing innovation in the public service with a view to improve service delivery. I feel that they are doing a very sterling job. Colleagues, without waste of time, our Deputy Minister has got another engagement. So I am going to call upon our Deputy Minister to come and deliver a keynote address. We're just moving around our program, and then we'll go back to our program after GM has done his announcement.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me recognize MEC of Education in the province of Gauteng, Honorable Panyaza Lesufi, Award Adjudication Chairperson, Ms. Ngwane, as well as the panel of adjudicators for this awards program. Acting Executive Director of CPSI, Ms. Lydia Sibukedi. Let me also recognize the presence of the Executive Principal of GEMS, Dr. Mowabi, DGs, HODs, CEOs, and other senior managers that are present here today, our public service employees from national, provincial, and local spheres of government, both present and connected online, staff of the Center for Public Service Innovation, but most importantly, our nominees and finalists of the 2020 Public Sector Innovation Awards and their teams across the country, members of the media. It is indeed a prestigious honor and an absolute privilege to address you on this very special occasion of the 2020 Annual Public Sector Innovation Awards, hosted by the Center for Public Service and Innovation, CPSI, an entity of the Ministry of Public Service and Administration. This award ceremony indeed stands out as a glimmer of light and hope amidst the gloom and doom from the coronavirus pandemic, which continues to impact our lives in an unprecedented way. Ladies and gentlemen, Socrates, the Greek philosopher, once said, "The secret," I quote him, "the secret to change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new," unquote. There is no doubt that 2020 and 2021 will certainly go down as the most challenging period in modern day history for the world and our country. Whichever way we look at it, coronavirus has had a major disruptive impact on our lives, economically and socially, as well as otherwise. Data from Johns Hopkins University shows us that in less than 2 years since the outbreak of the virus, almost 2.5 million lives have been lost to the virus globally. In the US alone, more than 500,000 people succumbed to the virus, followed by Brazil with 250,000 people. South Africa was not spared. About 50,000 people in South Africa have sadly succumbed to the coronavirus, making us the country with the highest mortality on the continent. These include many public servants from various sectors who were at the front line fighting the pandemic. We salute these public servants for upholding the Batupili principles until the end, and we extend our heartfelt condolences to their families. They will be remembered for their commitment and for their service. We are all navigating this new normal together. Most notably is the impact of the virus on many economies around the globe, characterized by shrinking economies, closing businesses, job losses, resulting in soaring unemployment levels and loss of livelihoods by millions of people around the world and in our beloved country, South Africa. However, notwithstanding these countless challenges exacerbated by the pandemic, we cannot and should not allow it to paralyze us to not do everything possible to address the harsh challenges that our people continue to face on a daily basis. We owe this to our compatriots who sacrificed their lives in service of our citizens. Program Director, the intent of White Paper on Innovation by the Department of Science and Technology, DST, is to strengthen government's role as an enabler for innovation. For government to play this role, it requires an innovation-enabling mindset and culture that will be a vehicle for showcasing these innovations. The DST relies on the Center for Public Service Innovation to help entrench a culture of innovation in government and other relevant national, provincial, and local agencies. The CPSI awards are to motivate public servants that have the innovation mindset to improve service delivery and celebrate the nominees and finalists for being role models who, together with CPSI, increase service delivery through initiatives such as e-government. Amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, there have been weaknesses and systemic challenges identified which require innovative solutions to fast-track service delivery challenges that have been worsened by the current pandemic, forcing us to find new ways of operating. In the face of adversity, these challenges have given rise to the need for innovation and technology more than ever before. The commitment of the nominees who worked tirelessly towards finding fit for the purpose innovations has made indelible mark in South Africa's development where innovation is concerned. Program Director, in the Foresight Africa report released in 2020 on the Fourth Industrial Revolution, President Cyril Ramaphosa said, and I quote him, As a continent that continues to be impacted by historically low levels of development, Africa can and must take advantage of technological advances to industrialize, pursue inclusive growth, and attract investment. It must also be at the forefront of driving new solutions to our developmental challenges, like access to healthcare and education, unquote. According to findings by the UN Educational, Science and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as much as 2/3 of the 2020 academic year was lost on average worldwide due to COVID-19 school closure. South Africa in particular lost about 19 weeks of schooling, which other countries in the continent had school closures for up to 6 months, making 2020 a truly unique and difficult year for many learners. School closures do not only impact on students, teachers, and families, but they have a far-reaching economic and societal consequences. However, some countries in the continent found alternative, including South Africa, found alternative ways on engaging in remote learning, such as offering lessons over the radio. Yet there were still some economic and limited access challenges because other families don't have electricity, while others cannot even afford a radio, let alone a TV. The innovations that came with smart education and paperless classrooms have been a catalyst in the use of technology in education, especially in the previously disadvantaged schools, which is as a result of the innovations between CPSI and Gauteng province under the innovative leadership and foresight of MEC Lesufi, who is here with us. We are indeed honored and very fortunate that MEC Lesufi was able to accept our invite in his busy schedule, and we congratulate him and his team for saving the 2020 school year and the innovations that have come from it. In the education sector, we still need a lot of innovative solutions, which calls for our country to increase the budget for innovation, which will lead to saving millions of rands as developed countries are doing. At an international level, the Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs, is a set of 17 global priorities to achieve inclusive sustainable development. Many countries, including South Africa, are not achieving SDGs. And the question is, are there innovative solutions that can help us achieve the SDGs? The answer will definitely come from the innovators that are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today coming together with some connected virtually as we are getting used to COVID-19 related restrictions, which is another technological innovation. We are here to recognize and celebrate with great excitement the innovative and creative prowess by none other than our public servants' zeal in finding solutions to service delivery challenges. Their exceptional work boldly demonstrate innovative solutions that are centered on an enhanced service delivery experience. To me, this is particularly special given the kind of perception of notoriety traditionally associated with the public service as being rigid, amorphous, extensively bureaucratic, and opposed to innovation and change. And this, I believe, it's not true. What we are witnessing today is a very encouraging sign that we are indeed moving in the right direction. Program Director, CPSI's mandate directly supports the National Development Plan in building an effective, efficient, and development-oriented public sector and an empowered and inclusive citizenship. Over the years, through the annual Public Sector Innovation Awards program, we have witnessed excellent innovations which importantly addressed the key priority areas as identified by our government, including healthcare, job creation, poverty alleviation, increased access to education, and crime prevention. The overwhelming response received annually to enroll innovative projects comprises high-quality projects that demonstrates a dynamic shift to improve efficiency and capacity within the public sector, assuring us that the spark the CPSI has provided is turning into a steady fire. At this moment, we want to extend our gratitude to the adjudicators that committed to adjudicate on the many entries received, which we believe has been impartial and progressive. We appreciate their time and dedication for searching the whole country for the best amongst us. Just to refresh our minds, the 2019 Innovation of the Year, the 24/7 365 WhatsApp fault reporting line created by the eThekwini Engineering Department epitomizes the spirit of public servants at the coalface, dedicated to direct lines of communication and accountability between them and citizens. One of the 2019 category winners, the National Integrated Permit Administration System, is a classical example of how digitizing services is a true demonstration of what can be achieved with relatively little investment, but through dedication and commitment. Solutions such as these significantly reduce the cost of doing business and cut red tape. In a time of lockdown, these initiatives remind us that confinement is only physical and that digital services can be soaring, ensuring service delivery 24/7, 365. Our innovative solutions must cut across all challenges, those that we cry about, like pensioners having to queue in the rain and cold, and those systemic challenges like corruption that infuriate us and discredit the efforts of many progressive public servants. Through the adoption and ongoing practice of innovation as a critical part of transformation and reform in the public sector, we can find new cost-effective ways of adding value to the existing systems and practices and to replace them if need be. It is quite exciting that through the influence of CPSI, we are noticing an increased collaboration amongst government institutions to fully leverage innovation as one of the main building blocks for a capable state. CPSI, as an enabler of innovation, should harness the way we use technology, do business, and the way we govern and establish a capable and capacitated ethical and developmental state. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, let me emphasize that innovation is a key that unlocks value in both government and private sector. Innovation is not a luxury of developed countries. It is about growth, development, and sustainability. Innovation is about fostering entrepreneurship to raise productivity, fostering competitiveness, meeting the challenges of globalization in order to thrive as a nation within our environmental, geographic, and demographic constraints. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate all those who entered the 2020 public sector, and therefore all our nominees, and of course, in particular, our finalists and winners. The public servants whose projects have made it to the stage of being finalists today are a true testimony of the enabling and catalytic value of innovation in improving the way in which government can deliver services to the citizens. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the CPSI team for their endless effort to sustain this program, particularly under the very strenuous circumstances that we are experiencing now for the benefit of all South Africans. I'm wishing them all the best in supporting this year's select project for further replication. Government will facilitate and ensure the adoption and practice of innovation, which is the critical cornerstone for transformation in the public sector. We believe that innovation is the way to go as we move South Africa forward. I thank you very much.
Minister, for your address. I am going to request the minister to come back to stage. I would like to call the deputy minister, because in the interest of time, we would like to move on with our program and hand over the special ministerial awards. And I will also like to call to the stage our recipients. The first recipient is Preflic. It's done by a technological plumbing solution that is the company is based in Gauteng. And I would like Mr. Piers Conrad to summarize what the project was all about.
Thank you very much. Both projects are things that we don't like. We all drive past manholes, or should we call them person holes nowadays, that overflows. This solution was able to develop a smart manhole that warns the municipality of a potential overflow before it happens. It links to an app and it warns you so that staff can be dispensed to deal with it. An amazing solution in terms of both health and service delivery, and therefore the Special Ministerial Award to Preflip, a leak by Technological Plumbing Solutions.
And then our second recipient, it's called Recycled Blue Lights. Let me request Mr. Piers Conrad to also explain the project to us.
Another thing that we don't like, and that's to see blue lights next to the highway. But the traffic officers from Guyana were so smart at the Moketsi Traffic Center that instead of running a vehicle with flashing blue lights the whole night, they recycled old blue lights from written-off vehicles, made a stationary blue light center so the trucks know where to go into the way center. In that way, saving the departments thousands of rands, actually millions of rands, in vehicle maintenance and in fuel. So recycled blue lights from the Guyana Traffic Department.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister and MEC, and congratulations to our recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to request that we excuse our Deputy Minister, as there is a special cabinet meeting that she has to attend, and the meeting is starting at 11 o'clock. But we would like to thank you, DM, for gracing our occasion today. Thank you very much. All right, then, colleagues, we're going to go back to our program. I'm now going to welcome and introduce the Acting Executive Director of CPSI, Ms. Lydia Sebukedi. Ms. Sebukedi is joining us, is joined to connect with us virtually to deliver her welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Buntle. Thank you so much for the welcome, and to everyone that is attending online and physically. The Deputy Minister for the Public Service and Administration, Honorable Shikunga, and the MEC for Education in Gauteng, Honorable Lisufi, our esteemed awards panelists, under the leadership of Ms. Rie Abetswingwani, who's attending, who couldn't join us today, to our esteemed guest, Ms. Tuli Manzini, the acting CEO of Brand SA. Welcome back home to MPSA. Pleased to have you here. To my colleague, Dr. Sten Mulwabi, welcome. And to Professor Cheryl Delarey, I was your student way back in 2002. Actually, were my supervisor for my master's MBA thesis. Welcome to our ceremony. I'd also like to welcome the CPSI ESCO and staff, representatives from all spheres of government. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to welcome you to the 18th Public Sector Innovation Awards ceremony, which was supposed to be held in December 2020, but due to the current pandemic, we are only hosting it now. And also why I'm connecting online is because yesterday I started feeling fluish and I knew that I couldn't come to the venue, but I got my results back. I am COVID negative. I was very excited, but I still decided to stay home because I'm still not well. We are hosting this ceremony under unusual circumstances, and you will agree with me that the pandemic has thrust innovation at the center of our survival during this difficult period. The global response to this pandemic is still unprecedented. I think all of us have not lived through such a difficult period in our lifetime. We saw many innovations coming to the fore, from a pedal-operated sanitizer dispenser to robots used to take vitals of gravely ill COVID patients. And we also saw health workers stepping up forward to give closure to distraught patients and family members, using their own cell phone devices to link loved ones in time of need. And on a lighter note, we've seen fancy face shields that look like one has just stepped off a spaceship. That's the innovators that are out there. Who can forget the touching speech by Sister Mavis, who was there with the late Minister Jackson Mthembu during the last moments? I personally could not hold back my tears as she related her encounters with the late minister with palpable compassion. 2020 and 2021 will definitely leave an indelible mark on our lives. But despite the hardships, finalists that are amongst us that we are celebrating today still found time to innovate. And this is a lesson to all of us to always rise above our hardships. The Master of Ceremonies, before I present to you and the Deputy Minister together with the MEC, our panel of educators, selfless men and women that have dedicated their time to do this work pro bono. I would like to acknowledge the late Mr. Chose Chweu. He was a former executive at ESCOM. He served as the chairperson of this adjudication panel for over 10 years. Mr. Chweu passed on the 5th of February 2021 after a short illness. Ironically, we're actually inviting him to attend a meeting with our minister and deputy minister on the 5th. And it was during this meeting that we got news of his passing. His robust engagements and support to the CPSI will forever be appreciated. May his soul rest in peace. To all the adjudicators, we will forever be grateful for your support. I would like to acknowledge in absentia the chairperson of the adjudication panel, Ms. Rea Beetwingwani. She's the founder of a company called Creamfields. She recycles old tires to make bags, anything that you want, fancy handbags and so forth. She's also a former recipient of the Special Ministerial Award under this award program. She served with the following panel members. May I request you, as I call your name, to join the MC on stage to receive a token of appreciation from the CPSI team. The first one is Dr. Retabile Mulamu from the Innovation Hub. Can you ascend the stage, please? Followed by Nsadi Mutusi. Ms. Nsadi Mutusi is from BCX, our longtime partner. We also have Mr. Tsepo Rasekhotoma from GEMS. May I request that they go up on stage while my colleagues will take over, handing over of gifts. I would like to congratulate all the finalists who had made it this far. I also want to encourage those that didn't get shortlisted to continue innovating, because this program is not only about the prize giving, it's about encouraging and inculcating the culture of innovation in the public service. I thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opening and welcome, Ms. Bukedi. Colleagues, then let's move on with our program. I am going to call on behalf of the chairperson of the Adjudication Awards just to come and say a few words. Technology now is failing me. Ms. Retabile Melamu. She has not yet arrived. Ms. Grace Mutusi, would you like to say a few words on behalf of the chairperson of the adjudication panel? Sitting far from me.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the chairperson, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who attended, as well as a huge thank you to everybody who, or all people that entered the CPSI Awards, and a very big thank you again to those that are going to be presented with their awards today. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ms. Mutusi, for those few words. I would like now to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aaron Mfunda. Mr. Aaron Mfunda is from eThekwini Metropolitan Municipality in KwaZulu-Natal. He is the 2019 Innovator of the Year for WhatsApp Fault Reporting Project. He is also going to connect with us virtually.
My name is Aaron Mfunda from eThekwini Municipality. I'm heading customer services at water and sanitation. Our responsibility is to render services to our customers, particularly pertaining to water and sanitation services. Back in 2016, we launched an innovation around the WhatsApp fault reporting line. We discovered that many of the people that we serve are no longer dependent on the primitive way of communicating with us as an organization that serves the people, that is relying on telephone lines and so on. And then we saw that if we use the platform that they are slowly adopting into their everyday environment, which is WhatsApp, and then we make it a business platform, then it can assist both the organization in terms of being responsive to the customers' needs, as well as the customers themselves, in order for them to be able to report whatever fault that they encounter on the ground. The reason why we are saying this innovation is better than the ones that we currently have is because even if a person is driving on the road, it allows for a person to take the picture and then send it to us via our WhatsApp number. without all the lengthy conversation that usually occurs when a person calls. With WhatsApp, you take the PIN, you just send it. The operators, the field workers that are going to go and attend to the actual fault, they will follow the link that is provided by the PIN. What is important about this initiative is that it interfaces with the customer through to the team, the customer facing team taking the query into the system, and then the query is then recorded into what we refer to as the fault reporting system in order for reference number to be generated. That reference number generates the actual job which the field workers will take to the ground in order to go and fix the leak. If it's a leak, if it's a burst pipe, then depending on the nature and complexity of the job. So there is a synchronization of efforts between the customer-facing team and the field workers in an effort to make the actual resolution of an issue simpler, better, and convenient for everyone. So that is why then it became such an innovation. In our roadmap of implementing it, we first piloted it from within to see to it that when we do unleash it to the public, everything is in order. And it really worked well. And then it was eventually launched in 2016. Up to now, we are still operating in that environment. Obviously, with innovation, you keep improving. We are improving on that. We are getting value for money for that, because when we initiated this project, we didn't spend a cent because we utilized the staff that we have. Instead, we created a separate team which will deal directly with the WhatsApp reported faults, which made it easier for us to be able to concentrate, because here you are dealing with the real-time issues, because social media is real-time. When a customer is sending something to us, they expect instant response with regard to what they are sending to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's just give a hand of applause to Mr. Mfunda for the innovative technology that they have implemented in eThekwini municipality. And then now I'm going to call to the stage Mr. Sam Mukangwe. Mr. Mukangwe is the Innovation Ambassador, and he is from the Department of Correctional Services. Please let's welcome Ms. Mukangwe to the stage.
There's something that money just can't buy. That's my good love. My sweet, sweet love. That's my good love. Why don't you judge for yourself?
Good morning. Let me first start by greeting the Deputy Minister in absentia, the MEC, executive managers from different organizations that are supporting this innovation journey. I think one is welcome back also to the CPSI, because this has been a long journey that we undertook as the Department of Correctional Services. But I think many will be asking, because if you look in terms of the criminal justice value chain, we are the last in line there, and say, how do we innovate? Do we innovate with the people that we keep inside there, or how do we do it? But I think this journey that we undertook with the CPSI comes a long way. In 2008, we undertook this journey. We presented the first innovation conference in our department, and the CPSI took us through that journey. And once we did that, we also got some support from the CPSI through our internal, what we then called Excellence Awards. But the journey that we undertook in terms of making sure that innovation takes place within the department, First of all, I just want to echo on the words that the Deputy Minister said here. In South Africa, we are very fortunate because our legislation allows us as public servants to innovate. If one just look at Section 195 of our Constitution, where it talks about the principles of public administration, if you go through that, those are some of the enablers. Secondly, if you also look in terms of the public service regulations, they also enable us. So most of us, we leveraged on that. But internally within the department, what we did, we took through everyone from all levels in the department. Let's say if one person, whether he's a guard in a correctional center in Umzinto or down in Barberton, come up with an innovation. What we then decided then was that that particular innovation is not going to be presented by the executive managers in these platforms. So within this journey that I'm talking, we presented and we won several awards with the CPSI. In the Western Cape, we had a partnership with the local community where we developed or we manufactured sleeping bags from durable plastic and newspapers. And we further, in the Northern Cape, we partnered with the community there and we developed or we built houses utilizing with our offenders that we train in different discipline skills, carpentry and so forth. We build a house using palisades that are being lost, that are being thrown out as not being utilized. So that is the partnership that we value with the CPSI. Coming closer home in terms of our rehabilitation journey, the MEC will attest yesterday where as a department, we fared very well in terms of education on our matrics. But that journey we couldn't undertake alone. Way back, I don't recall the year alone, very clear, we asked the CPSI to assist us in collaborating with one of the CPSI or the innovators of the year. That was a school in Mpumalanga, Legbron, where they were teaching mathematics utilizing smart boards. We utilized that particular solution to make sure that we leverage on that. Hence, the results that we got in the past year. And we never knew that 2020 was to be with us in terms of the pandemic that we had. We also leveraged again on the Sanwat Park School where they had tablets that they utilized in terms of that. So there's numerous that. But we would like also to say, when we innovate, it is not going to be beneficial if we also not the innovate, more especially from the industry that I'm coming from, not only benefit the offenders that have offended the people in the communities. Of recent, our minister has donated 2,790 desks, which we donated through the skills that we impacted on the offenders. And that partnership, because we learned from the DPSA and the CPSA that collaboration is key. What we then did from our side, we collaborated with SunParks. SunParks were having alien plants and alien trees that were there. We then took those and material was manufactured to then manufacture desks that we then gave back to the communities. So those are innovations that we said. And we really are encouraging that indeed the CPSI has demonstrated, if we work tirelessly with them, that this journey that we are taking to be innovators, it is possible. We are demonstrating that and we're living that on a day-to-day basis. In my conclusion to the innovators that are here today is that there is an African proverb that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Steve Jobs, you know, the innovator for the iPhone. I'm still having iPhone 0. I know there's already iPhone 13 on the way. Steve Jobs says, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not as fear. One of my other favorite innovators or leaders in terms of innovation, Warren G. Bennis, says innovation or any new idea by definition is not to be accepted first. It takes repeated attempts, endless demonstration, monotonous rehearsals before that innovation can be accepted and internalized in any organization. But he further says, in order to do this as innovators, we need to have courageous practice, courageous patience in all that we do. So in these few words, I would like to say, as a country, as a province, as a department, we have seen and demonstrated that as public servants in this country, we can solve our own problems. And also, we are not saying what is it that our own departments can do to us, but is what is it that we can do to better the lives of our citizens. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Sam Moukangwe, for those few words. I am now, ladies and gentlemen, going to request that we listen to a video clip from Ms. Boshomane. Ms. Charity Boshomane is from Boshomane Accountants. She's just going to make a few remarks and then we'll move on with our program. Thanks.
Thank you, Program Director. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, all honorables, the House at large, and all protocols observed. I would like to thank the Minister for inviting me to this honorable event and like to apologize for not being able to join you physically to celebrate this wonderful day, but spiritually, I am with you. I'd like to thank all the participants, runner-ups, and all award winners. Congratulations to all the winners and keep it up the great work. May God bless all participants, runner-ups, and winners of this prestigious award and give you more strength and skills. We as CS Boshomane Accountants have reviewed the award results and we are therefore declare them correct, fair in all manner. CS Boshomane Accountant would like to thank the CPSI Director and the team for giving us this opportunity to review this prestigious 18th anniversary award at no cost as part of our social responsibility as CS Boshomane Accountants. And remember, as we are in COVID, we are saying, united we stand, divided we fall. Let's not forget to keep safe, keep social distance, wear our mask, and sanitize at all times. This will pass. It's just a period, but it will pass. May God bless you all. Thank you and have a lovely, blessed, wonderful evening. Enjoy. From CS Boshomane Accountants.
Thank you, Ms. Charity Boshomane, for those few words. Colleagues, I would like us to thank all the speakers and also give a round of applause to our adjudication panel members. Then we're going to watch a video clip that introduces CPSI. It just explains the work that has been done by CPSI whilst we're having our starters. Thanks.
The year 2020 brought with it a global crisis that catapulted the world into disarray, including South Africa, with the coronavirus hitting our shores in March 2020. None of us could fathom the extent of the devastation that would follow throughout the year. Almost a year later, some of us are here. We survived through tenacity, although many people succumbed to the virus. If there is one thing the pandemic did, was to put innovation at the forefront in the fight against this unseen enemy. It brought with it a lot of uncertainty, trepidation, but also brought hope that things will indeed get better. We had to think on our feet as the pandemic unfolded. Innovation gives us hope that one day we will wake up to a post-pandemic era, and we will tell the stories of how we survived to generations to come. Innovators thrive under uncertain conditions, and tonight we will recognize public servants that soldiered on despite the challenges they faced due to the pandemic. The Center for Public Service Innovation is mandated to include the culture and practice of innovation in the public sector.
All right, we are now moving on with our program. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call to the stage now our Honorable MEC for Education, Mr. Panyazali Sufi, to come and say a few words before we hand over the...
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste your time. I think the minister covered everything that you wanted to know. I just want to thank you for inviting me and inviting our schools to be part of this awards. It feels like I'm in a candy shop. I really like innovative ideas. Last time I was here, I told the audience that I've asked my school children to design this toilet seat that has a WhatsApp number and Wi-Fi. That when you sit there, after concluding the task there, the seat will analyze what you have delivered and ask for the WhatsApp number of your doctor, and then send its findings to the doctor and say, "Dear doctor, I've picked up some elements of cancer, assist now before it becomes worse." You know, this is the kind of ideas that we need for our children. That when you knock off or we are still here, you are going back home late in the evening, you just send a text to the fridge and say, "Dear fridge, please defrost this meat, ensure that you mix this salad, in the ultimate end makes this soup," so that by the time I arrive at home, the fridge just say, "Dear Samson, your food is ready," and it just give you food. That's the future we want for our children. Because if we can't invest in that future, good people, we can't be a country of free things, a country of free social grants, a country of free RDP houses, a country of free. Because this free can't be sustainable. At one stage, as a country, we must take a decision. And I was saying we just come from the Lekgotla of the ruling party, and I know many people didn't like me after that Lekgotla. I said, we must make a firm commitment that babies that are going to be born from 2030, that's the date we have given ourselves in terms of the NDP, all the babies that are going to be born from 2030, they must know that they are a generation of no social grants, a generation of no RDP, because we would have fixed all the problems that we had as a country. We can't just work as if nothing has not changed. And we must encourage people to know that the doors can only be opened through education, but most importantly, innovative. So thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope that we'll learn something out of those that have won the awards, and they can come to our schools and encourage our children to be innovative. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Thanks, MEC. I'm going to request Mr. P.S. Kuanrat and Dr. Retabile Melamu to join the MEC on stage, as now the next award, it's the Trailblazer Award. Is Dr. Retabile here? Okay, then in the absence of Dr. Retabile, I'll request Ms. Grace Mutusi to join us on stage, please. Thank you.
I just love how long we've known each other.
All right, our Trailblazer Award, colleagues, goes to Mr. Thando Luyaba of Companies of International Property Commission, that is CPSI. Mr. Luyaba is a solutions architect employed by CIPC in the innovation unit. He is the man behind the conceptualization of the BIS portal. It's a straight-through company registration process which integrates related services in a paperless environment. I think the president mentioned it in his SONA that now we are able, he even said we can do it like this. So it's we're recognizing the work that was done by Mr. Thando Luyaba. All right, thank you and congratulations, Mr. Luyaba. Then the next category, it's category A. It's the citizen-focused innovation harnessing non-ICT solutions.
Category A. Citizen-focused innovation harnessing non-ICT solutions. The finalists in this category are Standardized Orthopedic Physiotherapy Notes, Gauteng. The project, implemented at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, provides a new, more efficient and thorough way to document patients' records and thereby adhere to national core standards. This ensures full compliance to note-keeping while saving time on note writing. All of the required patient information, assessment components, crucial checks, possible treatment regimens, as well as discharge information are included in one single piece of paper, ensuring uniformity. The standardized notes save the therapist time. It has also assisted with allowing therapists to see a greater number of patients in a day. By the time a patient is discharged, a referral letter is already completed stating the name of the clinic, details of the patient's hospital stay, social circumstances, past medical history, in-hospital medical management, and physiotherapy management. Pre-operative physiotherapy Gauteng. The project reduces the long waiting times that range between 3 to 14 days for inpatients requiring surgery for lower limb fractures at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital. Through this project, patients with lower limb fractures are promptly identified upon admission and are taught how to mobilize safely without causing further damage to their fractures. This enables self-care. It involves educating the patients on how to exercise safely to maintain their cardiovascular endurance and strength, as well as educating the patient on a medical rehabilitation plan. This has reduced the need for additional nursing care while improving the management of lower limb fractures. GovChat Western Cape. The GovChat platform enables any South African, foreign national, or permanent resident to access government services digitally from anywhere at any time. The digital platform handles over 250 million messages with over 4.5 million users. GovChat also features a management dashboard that enables government to have real-time insight into various aspects of South African life. Issues such as service delivery reports, COVID-19 testing, and social relief in distress grant applications all provide government with an integrated, granular view of everything in the country at all times. diesel mechanic Mpumalanga. The Mpumalanga Department of Agriculture uses this project to impart skills to community members by training them on tractor mechanics. The project further uses the departmental fleet for experiential training. While on training, students are able to fix tractors that will be used by farmers. The aim of the project is to transfer skills to the unemployed members of the communities, especially the youth. The youth are included in the EPWP program that provides a monthly stipend for the duration of their training. The exit strategy is to get all the trainees to start their own tractor mechanics outlets immediately after completing the training program, thus creating employment opportunities.
Okay. All right. The third runner-up in this category is GovChat. GovChat is a private entity and it's based in the Western Cape. Are they here with us today?
Now peace is so hard to find. We're terrorized and victimized. But that's when I close my eyes, think of you to ease my mind. You take me to another place. There's no more war, I just love and grace. Baby, you restore my faith.
Right.
I know this struggle.
Then the second runner-up is diesel mechanic by the Department of Agriculture, Rural Development and Environmental Affairs.
I'm so warm inside. You give me peace when the storm's outside. 'Cause we're in love, I know it'll be alright. Alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright. When it's cold outside, there's no need to worry 'cause I'm so warm inside.
Then the first runner-up is the standardized orthopedic physiotherapy notes by the Department of Health, Gauteng.
Alright, it's alright. Oh, it's gonna be alright. Yeah. 'Cause you give me peace in the middle of the storm. When it's cold, you're keeping me warm. It's alright, it's alright. I'm never gonna leave. You give me what I need. It's alright, it's alright. Hey.
And now the winner for this category is pre-operative physiotherapy for patients following lower limb fracture, and it's the Department of Health, Gauteng again.
Now peace is so hard to find. We're terrorized and
Second
victimized. But that's when I close my eyes, think of you to ease my mind. You take me to another place. There's no more war, I just love and grace. Baby, you restore my faith. I know this struggle's not in vain. You know and I know. Through all the battles, Baghdad to Israel. There's one thing I know for sure. It's cold outside. There's no need to worry 'cause I'm so warm inside. You give me peace when the storm's outside.
Congratulations to the Department of Gauteng Health and the other runner-ups. All right, then we're going to move to the second category, and that is, that's category B. It's on innovation, harnessing technology, that is ICT and other frontier technologies.
Category B, Innovation Harnessing Technology, ICT and other frontier technologies. The finalists in this category are DID Drone Projects Gauteng. The Department of Infrastructure Development, DID, launched the drone program to improve efficiency and effectiveness in monitoring, reporting, verification and validation of infrastructure projects across Gauteng. DID was upscaling its digital ecosystem, thereby empowering the department to address business challenges swiftly for the ultimate benefit of the communities across Gauteng. The program was implemented to provide accurate data pertaining to construction projects. BizPortal CIPC National. The partnership of companies and Intellectual Property Commission with the banks enables customers using BizPortal to apply for a business bank account of their choice as part of the company registration process. CIPC is the first and still is the only registry in the world to have successfully implemented this type of collaboration, which offers such an integrated paperless service that is purely based on the exchange of data. Web technology offers a range of benefits in that it allows real-time integration and speedy results. Company registrations through the BizPortal channel is instantaneous, provided that the necessary fees are paid. Through a collaboration with SARS, UIF and the Compensation Fund, companies receive relevant registration or reference numbers as soon as the registration is concluded via BizPortal. Therefore, there is no need for customers to visit multiple government institutions before starting to do business. There is only one online form to fill, which caters for all the data that is required by each partner organization. A further collaboration with the Department of Trade and Industry and the Competition, the BEE certificates and affidavits can be issued through the BizPortal as an added channel to CPSI's e-services and self-service terminals. The turnaround times in the company's registration process has been reduced drastically from 20 to 30 days to an instantaneous 24 hours, depending on the availability of funds. Telematics School, Western Cape. The project provides a comprehensive online and real-time resource where live sessions are broadcasted to multiple classes and provides access to lessons at any time through a zero-rated website. A management system monitors the use of resources by learners and teachers. It provides access to quality teaching when teachers are absent or become a valuable resource during a pandemic, ensuring that teaching and learning is not disrupted. The resources are used by the National Department of Basic Education as part of the Woza Matric program. Digital Collection, Gauteng. In 2019, the Physiotherapy Department at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital reviewed the data elements of the existing electronic spreadsheet to produce the new data outputs. Members of the Statistics Committee took initiative to acquire additional Microsoft Excel skills to enable the implementation of the digital data collection method. Furthermore, through stakeholder consultations, the team was able to design a new and innovative template. This template consists of a set of 4 Excel spreadsheets that have a systematic flow amongst them, allowing for reliable data capturing. This system is user-friendly for physiotherapists with basic computer skills, considers the new data elements, and is simultaneously able to extract the variety of data required for different submissions.
Thank you. I'll start with the third runner-up. Third runner-up is Digital Collection, Department of Gauteng Health. Congratulations to the Gauteng Department of Health. Right, and then, ladies and gentlemen, the second runner-up is DID Drone Projects by the Infrastructure Department of Gauteng. Then the first runner-up in this category, it's the Western Cape Department of Education, the telematics schools. Congratulations. And then the winner is Best Portal by the Department of Trade and Industry and Competition. And then we now move into category C. Category C, it's replication and adaptation of innovative solution.
Category C. Replication and adaptation of an innovative solution. Reorganization of School of Specialization, Gauteng. If we teach today's students as we were taught yesterday, we rob them of a brighter future. We are living in an age of newness, an age of instant gratification, and an age where information is easily accessible. Concepts such as Internet of Things, robotics, big data, cloud computing, additive manufacturing, and artificial intelligence are concepts that are given attention in the new education system under the Schools of Specialization (SOS) program. The Gauteng Department of Education introduced the SOS program in order to give learners the kind of skills and exposure that will enable them to adapt and partake in the 4IR. Gauteng is moving away from steel and gold as its main economic strongholds and starts focusing on more current industries such as finance, aviation, pharmaceuticals, rail, ICT, and sports and recreation. The Gauteng Department of Education therefore partners with the private sector companies who donate their time and resources, including various equipment, to ensure that learners acquire skills via experiential training. The department hopes that by honing skills in these areas, it will be able to transform schools in Gauteng and help grow the skills base needed for economic growth. The department believes that the industry and private partnership are of paramount importance in addressing unemployment and skills shortages as they provide learners with workplace experience, learnership, artisanship, and entrepreneurial skills. Family-centered tracheostomy care, Gauteng. Pediatric patients with tracheostomies require management by several healthcare professionals, which often results in multiple appointments. To counter this, the Pediatric Multidisciplinary Team Tracheostomy Service at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital consists of weekly ward rounds that focus on individualized tracheostomy care. It provides the caregiver support and training on the successful management of all aspects relating to tracheostomy care to enable the most cost-effective home-based care that facilitates early discharge from hospital. It further includes post-discharge follow-ups to ensure ongoing medical management and issuing of tracheostomy resources. Ongoing feedback is obtained by caregivers on home-based care, with assistance provided where challenges are encountered. Referrals to other stakeholders are made based on individual and family needs. Components of the service were adapted from the Breathe Easy program, Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital, to ensure best practice within a locally relevant context. The service is unique as it ensures that all components of the service is provided within a multidisciplinary approach in a single appointment to ensure holistic management. It improves health outcomes and satisfaction for patients by reducing the socio-economic and financial impact of prolonged hospitalization and multiple appointments. The service provides children with tracheostomies the opportunity to be nurtured and cared for by their families. and enables access to developmental and educational opportunities within their communities. Randfontein High School, Gauteng. Teachers at the Randfontein High School no longer stand in front of a chalkboard to explain concepts to learners. Interactive whiteboards have been installed in all classrooms together with surround sound, and the teachers use e-pens instead of chalk. Teachers create their own multimedia lessons that involves all modern aspects of video, music, Skype lessons and discussions, social networking with peer teachers and with their learners, creating blogs or designing their own websites. Teachers also use a range of support material that enhances their teaching, and they integrate these resources with their lesson plans. As a result, lessons are now captivating. The initiative is unique and innovative because it involves a pedagogical approach that learners of the Z generation can relate to. The teachers realize that they are competing with an advanced technological scenario that learners are exposed to. They have to be as good in the classroom as whatever their learners are watching on their digital screens. Teachers use a myriad of applications to digitize their lesson preparation and delivery. They also use Skype to communicate with more than one class at a time. The English department teachers have also joined a language teachers conference in Rio, Brazil via Skype. Collaboration with other countries and observing good practices as well as sharing ideas has taken the art of teaching to the next level. Learners are equally creative. They are more enthusiastic to analyze concepts, creating PowerPoint presentations and videos of content before it is actually covered in class.
The second runner-up in this category is the reorganization of School of Specialization by the Gauteng Department of Education. Congratulations. Then the first runner-up is the family-centered, no, let me leave it. It's by the Department of Gauteng Health. Right, and then the winner is the Randfontein High School. Congratulations to Randfontein High School. Good job. Right. I am now going to request Dr. Stan Mulwabi, GEMS principal, to join us here.
Children, so that they
ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, make a little space, make a better place.
The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is the GEMS Health Award. That's the reason why we've requested Dr. Stan Mulwabi to join us. And I would say, would you like to say one or two words before we issue the award? Oh, yes, you can use that one.
Thank you, Uzbuntle. Let me acknowledge Emisili Sufi, the DM in her absence. May I just say it's always an honor for us to be part of the CPSI annual awards. Actually, I think we've been partnering since their inception. Without really saying much, innovation is very important for the future, and I think Ntateli Shufi has said it all. DM said it all this morning. The only way we can survive in a changing world is by being innovative. And this initiative by the CPSI to give those public servants the opportunity to show their innovative skills is always a wonderful thing. So we committed to continue to support this awards going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And the winner for the 2020 GEMS Health Award, had I known, I would not have agreed to be the MC, to the family-centered trust you. Congratulations to the Gauteng Department of Health.
There's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, we stop existing and start living.
Well done and congratulations once again. Right? Oh yes, thank you DM for joining us. Please join us on stage now. Ladies and gentlemen, the last award for the day, it's the 2020 Innovator of the Year. Do you have a clip? Do you have a video clip for it? Right. Then the 2020 Innovator of the Year winner, do you want to take a guess? It goes to Biz Portal.
He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away
very much, Deputy Minister, and thank you, MEC. Colleagues, I think we are in agreement that there is a lot of talent in the public service. What's important is that we must just replicate the solutions that have been developed. Innovation is not only in the private sector, but also in the public sector. We are innovators. And it's important for us in the public sector to develop solutions for the public sector. Sometimes we end up appointing consultants that will give us solutions that are suitable to the private sector and not for the public sector. So once again, let's just applaud CPSI for the wonderful work that they are doing in this place of innovation. Right then, my job for the day is done, colleagues. I'm going to call Ms. Annette Snyman to deliver a vote of thanks.
He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Deputy Minister, MEC, our MC, sorry, I can't see where you are now, our education panel, our VIPs, all our innovators, and all other people present here today. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks to the Public Sector Innovation Ceremony today. Just on behalf of the CPSI, our Acting Executive Director, let me extend a vote of thanks to all for your attendance, for your commitment and the important work that you are doing in the innovation of the public sector. Without all of you, this work would not be possible. To the CPSI team, thank you. Once again, you've done a great job under very difficult circumstances. And then lastly, let me just congratulate the innovators again for your achievement today. I thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Annette Snyman, for the vote of thanks. Colleagues, we've come to the end of our program now. Lunch will be served in the next, I think, in a few minutes. All finalists are requested to go to the photo booth just to make sure that they get proper photos taken. Then what can I say? All right. There is a cash bar that is available, so please just make sure that you make use of that. And yes, on behalf of CPSI, let me thank you for joining us today and for gracing the event. And thank you for bearing with me when it comes to that Gauteng Transcom. I need to come for lessons there. Thank you very much, colleagues. It brings us then to the end of our program. I would like to thank you very much. And let me also thank the participants and also the finalists. Let's continue to innovate. Let's continue to develop solutions for the public sector. I thank you all. Thanks.